Coming up, we're going to be talking about the Disney Plus release date for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Koala Man, and our first look at Boston Strangler. Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at disneyplus.com. It's Tuesday, it's time for a quick Disney Plus news roundup. Let's start off with talking about Black Panther Wakanda Forever, because we have now got a release date for this film, which is going to be arriving on Disney Plus on Wednesday the 1st of February. There was a little bit of confusion over the New Year's weekend because there were reports of it coming out on the 20th. That's no longer the case because the actual holding page within Disney Plus has now been updated to show Wednesday the 1st of February, which I think is probably a good time. Gives the whole of January still for the film to get some more money at the box office. It's pulled in just over 800 million right now. It's kind of interesting as well with Black Panther Wakanda Forever because this is actually the longest time it's taken between a theatrical release and a Disney Plus release. It's around about 83 days, which is much longer than any of the other films. For example, Doctor Strange was only 45 days, while Shang-Chi was around about 70. I think this is something we're going to see a lot more with films. They're going to take a little bit longer. Disney's going to want to stretch out how much money they can make in cinemas. Though if they maybe don't do so well, they might go on there a little bit quicker. But yeah, so this one's definitely interesting. I think February's a good month as well, obviously because it's Black History Month as well. So that's always a good time to put it on there. Again, by the time this one goes out, we might officially have a trailer and all the press release and stuff to go with it. But things could change a little bit. But nevertheless, let me know in the comments below if you are excited about watching Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I saw it in the cinemas. I'm looking forward to watching it again. Moving on from there, let's now talk about Boston Strangler, which is a brand new film coming from 20th Century Studios, which is going to be coming out on Hulu in the United States and on Disney Plus around the world on Friday, the 17th of March. Now, important to note, dates can change. They do tend to do that a little bit. The film stars Keira Knightley and Carrie Coon as crusading journalists who are trying to identify and help curb the terror of the Boston Strangler. So I think this one is pretty interesting that we've already got a release date for this one. It's a couple of months away, but I think we should start seeing a little bit more of this moving forward. And I think obviously as well, having Keira Knightley in this one definitely going to bring some eyeballs in on this film. So I'm looking forward to watching it when it arrives on Disney Plus around the world and on Hulu in the United States in March. But let me know what you think of this in the comments below. Disney has also released a first look at the upcoming third season of Secrets of Sulphur Springs, which is going to be coming out this spring on the Disney Channel and it's expected to be arriving on Disney Plus around the same time. The release dates of these ones are always a little bit hit and miss. We've seen with the previous seasons and they did batch drops and they dropped them in advance. So who knows what they're going to be doing with this third season, but I know a lot of people are really excited about that one. So that's going to be returning this coming spring. Moving on from there, let's now talk about Koala Man, a brand new animated series which is going to be dropping onto Hulu in the United States and on Disney Plus around the world on Monday the 9th of January, so not too long to wait. The trailer is absolutely bonkers. We're going to be getting all 8 episodes at once. I'm really liking the look of this one. It's done by the creators of Rick and Morty. The animation style looks a little bit crude in places, but it just looks a lot of fun. Kind of starts out with Koala Man kind of jumping around and kind of looking like he's a superhero in a real world with no real powers and kind of looks a little bit pathetic. But then suddenly the trailer kind of changes gears and we've got big monsters in the skies and a big evil villain of someone like dressed up as an eagle, or they are an eagle, who knows. But this one definitely looks a lot of fun. I'm definitely looking forward to it. But let me know if you're interested in Koala Man in the comments below. Let's now talk about what's new on Disney Plus today. In Australia, New Zealand and in Canada, we got a brand new episode of Welcome to Chippendales, which is the finale. It's also been released on Hulu in the United States. Here in the UK and in the rest of Europe, it'll be coming out next week, so we can watch the entire series in one go. Really looking forward to watching the rest of the show. But if you're enjoying it, let me know. And in our comment of the day, John referenced on what we were talking about in yesterday's Disney Plus news, where he said, I actually think that Marvel should do a mini Halloween verse within the MCU. Have them vaguely connected, and then they do it well. Finish up with a mini crossover series, let's just say 3 episodes, or even just 1 feature-length episode in 1 October. And I think that's a really good idea, kind of using these little sort of one-off special presentations to build up to a big one. I think that could be a lot of fun and a good way of kind of interconnecting the characters. Kind of does feel a little bit funny to be talking about Halloween specials. You know, we've barely got Christmas out the way, we've only just taken the decorations down. But yeah, I think this one would be a great way of doing this. I don't think these big Halloween things would work so well on the cinema, and I don't think they're good enough maybe to stretch out for a whole series, but maybe we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think if they can do all the introductions, that might be a good way of kind of doing a big crossover event. We also had some other interesting comments on yesterday's Disney Plus news, with one from Gary who says, I checked a list of what's coming to Disney Plus in Hong Kong, and it looks like we're going to be in a 2020 TV special called Avatar: The Deep Dive this month. I think it's interesting the fact that you highlight this. This one has also been confirmed for Disney Plus in some other countries internationally. I suspect it will go out everywhere because it just makes sense. You know, it's basically a making of and promotion for the film. And Avatar: The Way of Water is doing fantastic in cinemas. It's just broken records. It is now the biggest film of 2022. Beating out Top Gun, and I suspect it's going to be staying in cinemas for a lot longer because that one's got a big budget that it needs to pay off. I think it just makes a lot of sense to be dropping them on there. I wish with the 2020 documentaries it was a little bit more simpler in terms of releases, because I think, you know, adding this kind of content is always pretty cool, and especially with the making of stuff, it just makes a lot of sense to release them. Well, Ethan added, when are we going to start seeing R-rated content from Fox or new stuff going on to Disney Plus? I'm guessing you're going to be in the United States, because generally internationally we've been getting lots of R-rated content for years, but in the US there are a few titles on there. We've seen like Retrograde was added last month by National Geographic. You've also seen some films like Deadpool and Logan added in the past. But I feel for 2023, it's still going to be the same old kind of content, really. I don't think anything massive is going to be changing until they sort out what they're doing with Hulu, which could be not until next year. I think, you know, the whole of last year we kept getting promised that we're going to get more general entertainment, but things were really lacking. We just didn't see that happen, and I don't really want to go right through 2022 kind of saying the same thing. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. They haven't done it yet, so hopefully they will sort this one out soon. But now I'm definitely kind of thinking it's going to be 2024. If it happens earlier, that's great, but expect 2024 for more of this kind of content till they can sort out what they're doing with Hulu. But let me know what you think in the comments below. We also had an interesting question from Jazz Karan, who said, is season 2 of What If coming this year, or is it getting delayed? Now, this is in reference to comments about what shows are going to be coming up in 2023, and I didn't mention the animated stuff, and that's because even Disney hasn't officially really kind of talked about that much this year already. And in the D23 article that they put up about what's coming, and on some of the videos, they've not really been highlighting the What If Season 2. Now, it is expected to arrive this year. It's been over a year since the last season. They were already working on Season 2 for the last few years, so I suspect it is coming, but generally animation projects don't get talked about in the same way as live action series, and which really kind of pull in viewers and stuff. It's a shame. I'm looking forward to more of What If Season 2, but again, nothing has been officially confirmed for that one just yet. In our poll of the day, I asked you, which Star Wars Disney Plus original are you looking forward to in 2023? And Mandalorian Season 3 was way out the front with 65%, with Ahsoka at 26%. Now, I'm going to be honest, Skeleton Crew is the one I'm probably looking forward to the most. Hopefully it will arrive this year. And yeah, I think that one just sounds more interesting because it's brand new and don't really know much about it. But yeah, Mandalorian Season 3, cannot wait for that one. And kind of Ahsoka as well. I mean, those are really going to be spoiling us with all this great Star Wars content. Well, anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you go check us out over at whatson@disneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys soon. Laters. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at what'sondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. Also, a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.